Today is awesome. I want to share with you my garden haul, and then we are going to pot up some flowers. Hi you guys, this is Nicole from My Carolina Garden. My garden is located in growing zone 8B and we are in Southeastern North Carolina. Today is a treat of a winter day. It is so beautiful, the sun is shining, and I have colorful flowers to pot up right now. So I definitely want to do that with you. I wish my garden haul was even bigger than it is because it's so fun to look through all the goodies. But of course, we are still in winter right now, so not tons of stuff is available. I will say that some of these treats right here, like these snapdragons, I had recently said no snapdragons were at the garden center yet. Well, that has changed. So I got some snapdragons and I got some violas. Now, what's very interesting is violas and pansies look very similar, but the violas are just a smaller bloom size. Pansies are probably a good, at least double this size. But I am one of those people who really chooses flowers by color and not just bloom size. So even though I wanted something punchy, I picked these gorgeous babies because of this color combination. I found pansies to be mainly in purple and yellow without these extra little variations of color, so I went with these. What I want to do with these guys and some snapdragons is I want to redo my garden easel. This garden easel was something, if you remember, that I had built in the fall with my dad, and this is like the little cute picture frame that goes on top of it, and the plants and flowers can be switched out of here seasonally. So during the winter, I basically just used greenery from around my yard that I had cut off of my evergreen trees, etc., and added that into that flower pot. Now we're ready to get some color in there. Now, I don't have any delusions that this warm weather is staying from now until spring. Next week, in fact, is supposed to get chillier. So our days will be probably in the 50s instead of today, which is in the 70s, and all of that kind of stuff. So I am sticking with plants and flowers that like the cold weather. And I don't think we have frost in the forecast, but if we do, I will simply cover these items with a frost blanket to protect them that way. So I have my garden easel that I want to set up with some new goodies. That's one thing. And then I have to show you these. While you may not be able to find fresh flowers right now for planting in your area, you can start looking through places like Marshall's, like I did, and they are starting to put out their pots and cute garden decor. So I got this planter. It is concrete or something similar. $16.99 for this urn style heavy pot. I thought $16.99 was a steal. I wish there was more than one. There were not, but they did have this large one that is the same tone and same material. This bigger, taller one was $24.99, so a little bit more, but I thought the two of them together were gonna be awesome. So I got these guys. I'm not sure if we're gonna plant anything in them now. It depends on how many goodies my garden easel takes, but I have that happening, and then. I got these two cute little pots, and these were both from Big Lots. And I have two gorgeous Echeverias succulents. These are not going to be outside. I am potting them up for an arrangement that is going on my kitchen table, but I'm hopefully going to be able to take this and fit it beautifully inside that pot. That is the idea. So I have a couple of succulents, gorgeous pots, which I adore, my beautiful snapdragons, that this color burst is just amazing. I love it. I showed you the violas. And then some other things that I have going on is I do have some bulbs that I am going to be planting. So I have Dahlia, Tahiti Sunrise, which, my gosh, really, this color is so gorgeous. This with Picasso canna lilies near each other. Oh my gosh. My plan is to put these in my poolside garden near each other. Now I have lots and lots of canna lilies already, but most of mine bloom with an orange flower. And this speckled yellow was just so stunning that I wanted to try that. So I'm gonna put these near each other in the poolside garden, but not yet. I'm waiting to put these in the ground until after my last average frost date. So for now, I'm simply going to take the bulbs of the Canna lilies and the dahlias and put them into pots. This is gonna just give them a little bit of a head start. I'm gonna keep them protected in the greenhouse. Then once the threat of frost passes, then I will put them into my landscape. For me, that's probably gonna be mid-April. So for now, these babies are gonna get the head start in the greenhouse, like I said. This Canna lily is also another one I do not have. Yes, it does have orange blooms, so I was a little hesitant on it, but it has gorgeous, dark, like purplish foliage. So that's something different. And I'm a Canna lily freak. I really liked a lot of them. So the other thing to note, 540, what is this? 542 for 3 bulbs. If I was to buy 3 of these plants or one of these plants, one plant grown would cost me $15. Okay? One plant would cost me $15, maybe even 20. But instead I'm getting 3 bulbs for this. So as long as I don't kill them, I'm saving money. So here is my basic thought with my garden easel. Violas for sure, Snapdragons for sure. These are 2 things I'd like to see in here. I do not need this black and white bow. That was something still from Christmas decor. But another little filler, I was going to use these clippings from my Nandina bush. So Nandina is an evergreen shrub that puts on like this deep red burgundy color for winter. So I thought these could be very pretty to kind of fill in the spaces over there. If necessary, I'm going to use other clippings of evergreens as well. Of course, like I said, we're still in winter, so I don't want to fool myself and think I could put anything sensitive in there. I'm not doing that. My soil is already ready to go inside of this pot, so we're just going to start arranging. I am taking my violas apart because quite frankly, they are shorter than the Snapdragons. So I want these to be in the front of my easel. I didn't want them just clumping on one side or another. They'll be the front layer, Snapdragons will be the back layer. I actually love this, love this. The only thing that I had to do was my Nandina's really blowing in the breeze. So I actually put a couple of sticks behind the Nandina just to hold it up a little bit so it doesn't just like want to lay backwards. But besides that, everything is awesome. So yay, arrangement number 1 done. I have some Snapdragons left and just like one tiny little piece of my viola left. So I'm not sure if I want to do up one of those concrete planters or not, because ideally I'd have both of those matching. So I'm going to think about that for a moment. I just moved us slightly over to the side. This way we were in some shade for easier filming. Plus, I don't have to wear sunglasses then. So, my garden easel came out amazing. I love it so much. So it's just hanging out right behind me. And now I am going to pot up my gorgeous Echeveria succulents. I'm thinking they are going to have plenty of soil inside already as I take it from this essentially square shape and put it into a round pot. But I do have some succulent soil anyway in case I need to add a little bit more. So let's just see how good we can do it. And we're doing it right on our lap. Getting everything dirty today. Ooh, I forgot. This succulent has a little baby off to the side. 2 things. I got this little baby that actually had a root, so that's nifty. But this other baby I'm gonna just snap off, I think. Let's see if it's got a root. Nope, doesn't look like there's a root, so I'm gonna snap off another baby here. Oh, maybe there is a root. So here's a pup. Good, yay, I get to plant this up somewhere else too. So I got 3 plants for the price of 1. Now let us put it into its round pot here. Of course, the wind picks up when you're getting dirt everywhere, right? It does a decent job of filling up the circular pot. I am gonna add a little bit more soil though anyway, as long as my soil bag doesn't blow away too. Okay, we were able to get it in there. Gorgeousness. That's baby number 1. This is baby number 2, and I don't think I have any pups on this one, unfortunately, even though I love this style. Dried leaf coming off. It says Echeveria preta or preta. It would have been easier to work on a table, but it's so delightful to just be out here on the grass. Seems like forever. That was really it. Okay, so I have my 2 succulents now potted up, plus my easel right there. We are doing great. And now the next thing is to just get my bulbs all potted up. I have 10 bulbs in total, I think. So I got 10 of these pots that are identical, just, you know, that came from something else. First, we're gonna do the Canna, Wyoming. Wyoming holds a special place in my heart, I have to say. My family and I went to Wyoming last year. We did the Grand Teton National Park. We went to Yellowstone also. I actually liked the Tetons better. We went to Idaho. We were all over the place over there. It was so wonderful. Okay, so Canna, Wyoming. And I already wrote out all of my tags. There's supposed to be 3 in here. These 2 are just kind of attached to each other, but they are separate. There we go, just a little bit wrapped around each other. This guy looks like his top broke off, but I don't think that's even going to matter. He's going to stick up a shoot from there, but I don't think it's a problem. They're going to end up putting up multiple shoots per rhizome root that we have. So that's 2, and there should be 1 more inside of here. And this guy isn't even showing me where he's going to send up his shoots. I don't see any little eyes on here, but since the roots are down right here, I'm going to put this part up. So we'll see. This one could be a question mark. When the shoots are already here, it's easy to see which part goes up. And I'm just covering the rhizome with some potting soil, just standard potting soil. I'm just basically looking to get these guys to have a little bit of growth before the warmer weather really gets here. And this way, once I put them into the ground, they're already starting to rock and roll. So Wyoming number 1, Wyoming number 2, and my question mark one, where I'm gonna put roots down. And that's going to be Canna Lily, Wyoming number 3. And next, I'm gonna do some dahlias. The Dahlia Tahiti Sunrise, is that name not like the most beautiful name ever? That just makes you feel like you want it to be beach time and summertime and beautiful color time. All right, let's see what this one's got going on here. We have 2 bulbs in this bag. So these are bunches of roots like this. So I basically have 2 large bunches. Now this one has 1 stick right in the middle. Nope, they both do. So here we go with our dahlia roots. Yay! Tahiti Sunrise number 1. And since you know now what the dahlias look like, let's go ahead and get our Picasso cannas ready. Now they'll just simply have the rhizome roots again. I find canna lilies are extremely easy to divide up, replant in other spots in your yard, share with your friends. So if I get more gorgeous styles, then I'm happy to share those with my friends. I of course want all of them to survive, of course I do, but I still think $5 and something cents for 3 canna lily bulbs is great, as compared to paying $15 a plant if you were to buy them already grown. Nothing fancy happening here at all, just leaving the sprouts up out of the soil, otherwise covering the roots. I have grown lots of canna lilies this way, so I really have no concerns whatsoever. Picasso number 1, Picasso number 2, and Picasso number 3. So here's the thing. I do have this white viola left, and I do have some snapdragons right here that are left. However, I decided I am not going to plant up my 2 urn pots because, again, I really want them to look the same. I want to pot them up very similarly because I'm going to keep them in a collection near each other. So I got this other pot that I had on my front porch that really wasn't doing a whole lot. I have lemon coral sedum in here that essentially looks green instead of its limey color right now, just seasonally, no biggie. So I think what I am going to do is take a couple of the snapdragons from here at least, and maybe the viola as well, and just make this a little arrangement since I have the pot with no flowers in it anyway. Now the violas, again, they're shorter and the snapdragons are taller, so snapdragons are gonna go to the back. And lemon coral sedum is the kind of thing that I have growing all over in my yard in different spots. So even though it doesn't look that hot right now, it is gonna look pretty cool later. Okay, well this is looking pretty good. I'm gonna water this pot and then I think we are done. Thank you for being with me today while we had a little bit of fun planting some things. I think that garden easel just really brightened me up all around because it looks so good and the colors in it are vibrant. So here we are this time of year. That's what we're looking for, right? Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, just to ensure that my videos keep showing up in your feed. And until next time, you guys, happy planting.